All right, we should be up and running, folks. Hello, Internet. How we doing? I might sound a little tired because I am. That happens when you're like, I was asleep for 4 hours, and then you wake up, and then can't go back to sleep. Sucks. I basically been up like most of today, outside of when I've, I don't know, curled up and fell asleep for like a little bit to take a nap. I'd go and get me a haircut today. It's getting a bit long in the back and a bit long up front and getting in my eyes. And it's nice and short now. I can't floof it when I'm frustrated, but that's fine. It'll grow back out. I can floof it when I'm frustrated. I dropped by the local Walmart. It's the same old Walmart that had the Lego minifigures before. Wanted to see if they maybe restocked them. Nope, the sidekick they were on is gone. I was like, well, oh well. I picked up one of the Galaxy 9? Forget which Galaxy this is. I think it's Galaxy 9 that was on the store shelves at the moment. Let me open up my dock. A quick reference dock that like no one fucking uses. 6, my bad, 6. I got kickback. I just grabbed one. I'm just like, let's see what happens. And I ended up with kickback and I'm like, huh. One of the Insecticons. Cool. Got to shrink that down. Since they're like $5, I was just like, I'll grab one on the way out. But just also see if I could get these jerky sticks that I got a while back that I really liked. And nope. It's like, damn it. Thank you. Before we get to what we're doing tonight, because as you can see from the title, we're not doing chemi stuff tonight. We're doing something else. I already did a little bit of prep work for it, so. First and foremost. So, quick Blockies update. Defenders 7 is out the door. This is the one that leaked a while back and had all the promo shots of it. It's the Beast Wars 2 Beast Wars Neo wave, featuring a couple of G1 things and a Shadow Class thing. But yeah, there's like a promo shot of everything that's in the wave. Hopefully it's this way. Nope. Other way. Here's the promo shot of our 3 main bad guys from Beast Wars era. So there's Beast Wars Megs, there's Beast Wars 2's Galvatron, and then Beast Wars Neo's, I forget his name. Volcanicus. No, not Volcanicus. Fuck. It's not Volcanicus. That's the Dinobot Combiner. Fuck. What the fuck is this guy's name? I don't know. Beast Wars 2 and Beast Wars Neo. So give me a second. I opened the Galaxy one, which is not helpful because I'm looking at the fenders. It's gonna be a night, folks. You can already tell. Let's see. Defenders. That's the combiners. Did I put this one together? No. Back. Blockies have it on our website. Make my life easier so I don't have to go fucking look this up. Yes, Power of the Beast. Magmatron. Did I say Magmatron earlier? Oh, well. But yeah, Magmatron, he's Beast Wars Neo. And then back from there is the Maximal leaders, Beast Wars Primal, Beast Wars 2, Lio Convoy, and Beast Wars Neo, Big Convoy. since Blocky's website has it all. There's the full lineup. Also, Leo Convoy is Leo Prime in the States because I guess they didn't want to call him Leo Convoy, but they kept Big Convoy's name. It's just one of those, oh well. Yeah, those are your two, like, rares, which is basically your nemesis versions of Leo Prime and Big Convoy. And then your super fancy ones are Leo Prime with the cape and Tonfas, and then Big Convoy with the Matrix Cannon. So, neat and cool all around. I have no real knowledge or insight into Two and Neo, because I've never bothered to watch them, because I'm not that interested. I think they're supposed to be more comedy focused, and I'm like, eh. As much as I love Beast Wars, I love Beast Wars for what it is. I don't know. Maybe I'll give it a shot one day. But yeah, they've been doing promo picks for this wave all week. Still no peek ahead. I think I saw it was something in the next Rider Starlight wave. I forget what the rumor was. Let me check the one Facebook, because I think I saw it there. That might have been a thing. I don't know if that's still a thing. I didn't really say anything about it in any Discord or anything because I wasn't sure. Yeah, it was the Tiga Legend Edition that they've shown off at 325, and then a Starlight wave for Rider is supposed to be this month. Starlight's on the 17th, Tiga's the 20th, supposedly. Take that with a grain of salt. They did show some Star Wars things, which primarily was this confusing little bastard. So I'll open this up nice and big so we can get a good look at it. So don't mind those tabs. We'll talk about them later. So this, as you can see from here down below, is Champion Series Light. Those who don't know, Champion Series is supposed to be the like 6-inch. It's the more proper model kit series, or like label across different lines and stuff. Transformers has it, Marvel has it, Star Wars has it, basically. But we have a light version with a Mando and a Grogu and the Walker from the new movie. If you're wondering, is that Champions class Mando? No. Those parts don't line up. It's also not the Galaxy one, because those parts don't line up with the Galaxy one either. The Facebook group I'm in said when this came out that it might be an in-between, which that might be the case. This could be like the Naruto Kurama, the big fox frenemy, I guess is the more accurate term for him. The big fox frenemy that had a 3-inch Naruto to come with it. Rather than like a galaxy size Naruto or a 6-inch Naruto, and that was still Champions in class. This might be that, but just so people know, this is a new label. This is the first Champion class light anything across the entirety of Blockies, as someone who bothers to check that stuff. So I don't know. I quite literally do not know. So we'll have to find out and like wait until we get more info on this. Maybe we'll get more info in the next week or so. They've been running giveaways on at least Twitter this last week. Today was the last wave. No Ultraman. Thanks for teasing me when I say, hey, I would like an Ultraman wave, and the person read the Blockies Twitter was like, ooh, Ultraman? And then no Ultraman. I did enter the Galaxy Transformers wave and the Blockies Wheels Transformers waves, because might as well. Especially because the Blockies Wheels one was the only two ones that exist at the moment. I think the Galaxy one was like the most recent wave, which is like 9 or 10. I think it was 9. That's why I thought 9 earlier. But yeah, I don't know what this is. This could be... I'm willing to bet this is not Galaxy or Champion size in terms of the Mando and the Grogu. It's probably, like that Facebook group post said, somewhere in between. It's something non-scalable. But whether or not you can slam a Galaxy figure in here or a Champion class figure in here, because we do have a Mando in both, and it looks all right and it works fine, I don't know. Fucking wait and see. We will get to you in a moment. Otherwise, not much else. We're kind of in, once more in the waiting pattern, especially when they're like, here's all this Galaxy stuff. I do like they had the little, I can't quite see it because of the controls and stuff, but they put the little, like, series media association. So, like, here's the Megs to the Chase reformats, the proper Galvatron. Anyway. So they gave 15 minutes notice on a Star Fox Direct last night. I just had to stare at it and go, well, this is certainly happening. Because I was eating at the time. I also was not going to be bothered to boot up the stream on a 15-hour notice. You gave me a 25-hour notice, I might have been. 15? Fuck no. So yeah, we got our Star Fox Direct. That is like, here is Star Fox 64 again. In terms of new things, we'll boot up the Direct here real quick. They've added in a whole bunch of extra cutscenes and stuff to, like, expand the story of 64, which... Alright, cool. You didn't need to do that. Star Fox 64 story is not that complicated anyway. We have the basic setup, and I had to, like, do a double take when they mentioned the planet, because I'm like, I think it was like Finichi. I was like, I remember Finichi. Oh, the first all-range planet. But yeah, otherwise, they still have the same, like, map setup as we've seen before. You start at Corneria, go to the asteroid field, or to somewhere else. Yeah, Ficini. I was just like, Ficini? What the fuck? I don't remember a snow planet. That's like the third planet. That's the first all-range planet with the bomb in your first encounter with Star Wolf. It's not very explicitly snow planet in 64. That's why I was confused. They made it a lot more snowy in this game. But yeah, we still preserved all the same stuff. I'm presuming all of these paths are still the same, presumably. Yes. Yeah, because that should be basically blue path, that's red path. And then yellow path should be, I don't know, it's somewhere in the middle. They're not color-coded anymore. Because they've added in difficulty settings. So I guess you can run red path without being like, oh, it's the harder one. You can do blue path on expert, which apparently has more damage taken. You can't collide with anything. Expert medals and high scores can be earned, and you don't get any continues. Okay. And apparently easy has you start with blues and start with, I presume you can still upgrade your health because we still have the slots for the 3 gold rings. So you could still do that. Also, you still got your bombs. I wonder if we'll get more than 3 bombs. Probably, I would assume. Now we get challenges per map. Or per level. We've got all that. That's an example. So you have a bunch of objectives you have to do. Also, pie chart reference on the map or on the level that is explicitly a Gundam reference because it has the monkey Gundams. I still wonder if anybody in Gundam Breaker 4 has made the monkey Gundams from Star Fox 64. I wonder what this is. This form of formation, dual formation. That seems to be new. They do make reference, like in dialogue, they make reference to the warps. So presumably the warps are still a thing. Maybe you get dialogue if you go through a warp. We also have multiplayer. We have basically Star Fox v Star Wolf, so it's our first look at the Star Wolf team. And it's 3 maps with 3 distinct objectives. So, what are the maps? We have Corneria, which is basically King of the Hill. We have Ficini, which is I can't think of a multiplayer mode equivalent, but it's basically gather resources, get more than your opponent. And then Sector Y, which is the same thing, but you're getting them off enemies. I saw somebody call the gameplay PvPvT. And I was like, it's PvPvE. We have a term for this. Don't make up a new term. PvPvE. We've had that term forever. Please don't. There's game share. There's mouse targeting. There's co-op play where one person controls the R-wing, the other controls the guns, basically. And it's out June 25th. Also, you could be a Star Fox VTuber because the face screen share or the face camera thing allows you to overlay one of the Star Fox or Star Wolf crew members onto your face so you can pretend to be them as a VTuber. Cool. Game is out, as I said, June 25th, right? Yeah, June 25th. So next month. It is 50 digital, 60 physical, but places like, I think Walmart and Amazon are price matching the digital for physical copies because fucking might as well. There's amiibo support according to the Japanese website. They showed an entire prologue cutscene that I presume will take the place of the narration that's at the start of 64 about Happy and James McCloud getting betrayed by Pigma and that kind of setting up the whole conflict. But yeah, people have been having a stink about the look of this, and I'm like, this looks fine. It's a bit more realistic than stylized, but it's fine. There's nothing wrong here. I think people are just having a cow about it for no big reason. They look fine. They're not the greatest designs in the world, especially compared to Fox's design from the movie, which again is a lot more animated and stylized. This is taking a more realistic approach. It's a stylization choice. That's all it really is. Anyway, I put out on Blue Sky how I felt about this, where I'm like, it's a 64 remake. Well, they could be doing worse things with Star Fox. Looks at everything between 64 and here. If you're wondering, why are they doing 64 again? Why don't they do a new game? So here's some sales numbers. And I will just highlight them. So as you can see, Vanilla SNES Star Fox did about 3 million units. Star Fox 64 did about 1 mil more than that. And in fact, the 3DS version did 1 mil on its own. Star Fox Adventure did about 2 mil. And then it gets worse from here because Assault did less than 1 million. Command did less than 500,000. Zero did even worse than that. And bear in mind, Zero was unprofitable. Star Fox has done terribly all 3 times, besides Adventures, when it tried to do something, when it tried to be something different, basically. The only time it worked was Assault, or was, not Assault, was Adventures. Which, I remind you, was not even a Star Fox game to start with. And it was a Zelda clone. A kind of bad Zelda clone, as we demonstrated on Tales from the Cube, because it made some kind of poor choices that we just kind of have to stare at and go, why the fuck did you make those choices? And also, reminder, Adventures comes off the tail of 64. And trust me when I say this, being the next game after the really good popular one gives you a buff. Because you can go look at, for an example, the Battle Network series, and you will find that, like, the Battle Network that nobody likes is technically the highest selling Battle Network because it came after the one that everyone really liked. Being the game after the one that people really like gives you a sales buff because people will go in going, ah, hey, cool, I like the last one, give me this new one. And then people don't like it, and oh shit. Guess what happens afterwards? Also, we can ignore the Star Fox Guard because Star Fox Guard was bundled in with Zero, so there's not really any like separate sales. And also, this Star Fox 2 data doesn't count because it was kind of the gimmick attached to the SNES Classic. But yeah, as you can see, this is why they keep going back to Star Fox 64, because it's the only one that fucking sells. Also why I think, according to rumors, the new Star Fox game is supposedly Adventures. Has like Adventures attached to it in some capacity, from what I saw rumor-wise. That makes me go, ah, that would be why, because again, if you look at these sales numbers, it fucking did half the numbers that Star Fox 64 did. And also, I like to point out, this, and this are not quite the same game. Because again, they tried different things with these. Star Fox Assault is not 64 in design. It is more of a third-person shooter than anything. It is not an on-rails shooter. It's not an on-rail shooter for like most of its gameplay. It is more of a third-person shooter. And it absolutely shows how much, honestly, I saw the talk of it being more, it was meant to be more of a multiplayer game than anything. And it's like, yeah, it fucking shows when most of the maps are these big open multiplayer maps that are fucking too big and claustrophobic all at the fucking same time. And it sucks to play through. Star Fox Assault sucks to play. It does not feel good to play. You can say all you want about it trying to push the boundaries of what Star Fox can be, it does not feel good to play. It has 2 turn segments that are boring as fucking shit, and they go on too goddamn long. They take an eternity. Technically, it's 3, because one of those segments is a boss fight. Command tries to go back to Star Fox 64, but instead of you choosing your path based off how you can do in the level, your choice of where you go is dialogue based. And also all your dialogue options are not open to you on a first playthrough. You have to go through the game multiple times to unlock all of these different route options, which defeats the entire purpose of what Star Fox 64 was doing, where you could go anywhere from minute one. If you wanted to go do Red Path as soon as you start playing the game, you could go fucking Red Path, but you can't do that in fucking Command. And while Command has more playable characters, the missions are way shorter from my understanding, because I have never played Command. Probably fix that in the next week or so and report back to you on like TGS in 2 weeks. But yeah, Command does not feel good. Command doesn't quite get it. And then Zero, again, it understood what Star Fox needs to be. But again, it's a Star Fox 64 remake. At least with Zero, it's a Star Fox reboot rather than a remake, because it is not. Only some levels are 64 based, other levels are not 64 based. Some of them for the worst. Hi, Gyrocopter, you fucking dog shit fucking vehicle. I am glad it has not been bolted into the 64 remake. But yeah, Zero's control scheme was its major downfall, because nobody liked how this game played. It felt bad. It felt bad to play. It was not good, and that's bad. And again, that's why it failed. So like, yeah, they're going back to Star Fox 64, and from my understanding, from what people have said, this is basically new people that they have basically given Star Fox 64 and went, go remake it for Switch 2, and they fucking did. So it basically is a training exercise for new people at Nintendo rather than the old guard, because I guess the old guard is working on whatever new Star Fox game is coming out next year, because there's supposed to be 2 of them. And the other one's coming out next year. And honestly, guess what, folks? This one's not for... I have a feeling, because I saw it in a chat, Discord chat, that someone's like, it's why? No one wants a Star Fox game anymore. And I'm like, no, people want a Star Fox game. People would not be having a fucking moan about these fucking designs if they didn't fucking care about Star Fox. Here's the thing. People are throwing fits and having fights about this shit. If no one cared about Star Fox, none of this would be happening. No one would give a shit. If no one gave a shit about Star Fox, nobody'd be fighting over these designs. Everyone would have just fucking ignored it and moved on with their goddamn lives. But no, people are fucking fist fighting over this shit, which means people fucking care about Star Fox. Whether they like the designs or not, they fucking care about this fucking franchise. And I think what this new Star Fox is, it's for new people. It's for people that saw Star Fox in that new Mario movie and went, oh fuck, Star Fox. And then they don't want them to, and basically are just like, hey, here's a new version that's not, ye old 64. Because bear in mind, 64 has its technical limitations. It has lag issues. The Balloon Marine level is like the worst thing to play through. The decomp of 64 fixes that, but that decomp is not for new people. That decomp is not for the not in the know tech literate people. Or tech illiterate people. That is for people who know what the fuck, know emulators and ROMs inside and out, and know what the fuck a decomp is without me having to fucking explain what a decomp is. But yeah, it's a Blue Marine level that doesn't lag the entire time. It's for a game that looks prettier. It's for a game that's going to give a little bit more depth to the Star Fox team. And I think most of all, it's from devs who probably grew up with 64 that care about 64 and wanted to make 64 again. Or got assigned 64, and some of those people are like, oh, fuck, I remember this game as a kid, and are making it because as a reminder, the people who grow up with 64 are fucking old enough to be in the industry at this point. Like, hi, me, 30-somethings. You know, Mr. 34 here, just turned 34. Yeah, I'm old enough to have been in the industry if I was in the industry. I technically wanted to be in part of the industry, and boy howdy, was that a decision? Boy howdy, not doing that was probably a good decision on my part, because boy, I'd be in rough shape right now if I was, but it's for new people. It's what it's for. It's why they just call it Star Fox instead of Star Fox with some number attached to it, or Star Fox with some subtitle attached to it. It's just Star Fox. You can just go fucking play this and be done. And sometimes that's what a franchise needs. A franchise needs a thing that's just Doom. In that case. Because you know what? People like that new Doom. I mean, we have to attach a year to it, so we'll have to call this Star Fox 2026. To distinguish it from original Star Fox, but like, maybe that's what the franchise needs. It needs a no frills, no gimmicks, no bullshit, just here's Star Fox 64 again, and I know we're sick of it. Old fart. Us old farts. But maybe this is what we need for new people to buy this game so that, I don't know, this makes somewhere in the range of what Star Fox fucking 64 fucking made, and this franchise can get the fuck off the ground again. Maybe this is what we need. Because clearly, again, nothing else is working. We tried third-person shooters, didn't work. We tried being a generic third-person shooter instead of rail shooter, and be all cinematic and stuff, didn't fucking work. We tried to incorporate Star Fox 2 stuff, didn't fucking work. We tried being Star Fox 64 again, but rebooted with some new fancy control schemes to play into the gamepad, and it didn't fucking work at goddamn all. And I know this is here, but you look at that and go, that outsold this, outsold this, outsold this. What was essentially a remastered version of 64, a no frills, nothing changed remaster of 64, bolted onto the 3DS, and I think the last like year of its life. In fact, what was the last year of the 3DS? Because that was like late in the 3DS's life. I'm sorry. 2 years into its life. 2 years into the 3DS's life cycle. 2 years in. Actually, is it 2 years in? I'm just reading that wrong because that says 2011. No, launched 3DS in the first year of the 3DS. Here's Star Fox 64. And it outsold all three of these fucking things. Maybe this is what we fucking need. I don't know. I'm not going to get pissy and moany about, it's Star Fox 64 again because clearly nothing else fucking works. Because, again, as I point out, none of these three are really what Star Fox 64 is. this doesn't get its gameplay, this doesn't get the unique quirks about 64's gameplay, and this decided to make it all feel bad. None of these are what Star Fox 64 was and why people like the goddamn franchise to start with. Because all of this, except for the choices, is here. Is in this goddamn thing. And this is basically a fucking spinoff. That wasn't Star Fox to start with, but got Star Fox bolted onto it because Miyamoto said, fuck it, put Star Fox in there, it'll sell. And guess what? It's probably the reason this thing fucking made $2 million. So maybe we need this fucking remake. Maybe we need to, like, start from scratch with a no frills, no gimmicks, just nice looking remake of 64, and then we get our fancy new game afterwards. Maybe. Who fucking knows? Anywho. We'll see. Also, as I saw someone else point out, it's really interesting that this just, like, hard opens with Miyamoto. Which might suggest this got cut from a direct. I'm wondering if it and Splatoon Raiders maybe got cut from a direct, so I don't know. That gets more conspiratorial about, like, ooh, what does this mean for their June direct? And I'm like, I don't fucking know. I know that this probably gives credence to that stack of stuff that was rumored. Oh yeah, that's all I have to say about this. Yep, and there goes the internet, as I was about the transition. Any day now. I was about to start again, but then I saw the meter go all over the place, and I was like, all right, nope, give it a minute. I think we're good now. All right. So, CAD stuff tonight. We're not doing Kemi stuff. We're going to push Agito off maybe a week or two. There's another idea I have. I don't know if I could pull it off or not, but that's a problem for another day. So, what I want to try is... a long time ago, I managed to find someone on DeviantArt who, like, threw up all the models and stuff from Battle Ride War 2, and I took the Rising Titan Sword model from there, and I tried to print it, and it kind of came out okay, not great. So what I want to try is, like, making the Rising Titan Sword from scratch. Just because I think it would be nice to have dupes of at least Kuuga's Rising weapons, so that if folks want to make basically the ultimate versions of them, or I don't know, just have dupes of the weapons, I don't know, you could do that. But we have this reference image of it, and then we have the quick measurement I did of the length of the sword for Soto. So we're just gonna kind of like model stuff from there. Do an arc. Ah. Ugh. Also, don't worry about it kind of like going off center. We're kind of just modeling it on one side and then mirror everything over. So it's okay if it's a little off center. For whatever reason, the reference image I had decided to be like, oh, we're gonna put it at a 45-degree angle, and I'm like, that sucks. Okay, 3.7. Crap, I hit the text button. No. I have to do this on both sides. That's like 5-3. That is its peak. Like 2. Yeah. 5-3. 6-5. Yeah, goddamn. This is being annoying. Do it this way. It's a little bit too much. Yeah. Let's do the same thing from the side. $1.3. Thank you. go like 0.3. It's 2. Feels not enough. Ow. Oh, Torai's doing a new Gator Robo toy. Cool. And apparently it's just an all-new Gator Robo called Force Gator Robo. Cool. Um... Trim that. Let me put the peg on. Oh, whoops. It didn't close. Same to this side. Now I'll remember to come up here. Do that. Okay. Actually doesn't look too bad. I don't know if I do the ridge. Can I get the ridge in there? Start over. Start. No. what I wanted. That might be as good as we're gonna get. That took less time than I thought it would. I figured this would have took a little longer. I thought I'd be fighting it, and I guess not. You know, I think it's a little bit longer. The actual one? Or no, maybe not. Honestly, pretty well proportioned. Well, we will go with it. Hope for the best. Have to give it a print tomorrow. I also forgot that my Soda Rising Titan has a loose shoulder pad because it's not quite assembled right. So the shoulder pad falls off. Like if I barely touch it. Reposing it at the moment since I had to take the sword off for the measurements. So yeah. I'll probably just sit there for tonight. Like I said, I'm a little on the tired side, so I don't want to stay up too long. I should get some sleep. Yeah. I will work up the motivation to do a print tomorrow to see if this functions and works. We'll find out. If so, I might just post this. I still need to make the handle. Granted, the handle... Oh. And it might be too much trouble. We won't probably worry about the handle. Yeah, we'll call it fair for tonight. So, tomorrow it is Double Dash. We'll do maybe some event stuff. I don't know if any event stuff will open this week. But we'll just do some Zenless tomorrow, regardless. Saturday, we'll do some Slay Spire 2, and then whatever Tommy wants to do on Saturdays at the moment. And then Sunday, the usual Fort Neff, and then GGSR, where we're continuing our run through of Kyoryuger. So if you like what you're seeing, folks, drop a follow. Really appreciate it. Chipping away. No, we're not doing it anymore. Exclamation point, YouTube and chat. It's YouTube archive for this and all our streams. I think I think I have to make a playlist for Paper Mario, but or not Super Paper Mario, Mario RPG. But Paper Mario is going out now. So yeah, I'm chipping away at the playlists that exist at the moment, and then I'm gonna worry about everything else. So yeah, YouTube's kind of I'm just going on there scheduling like a batch of videos. Exclamation point social and chat gets your handles for social media so you know when we're live. Exclamation point Discord and chat. This is like drop by, say hi. See you tomorrow, folks.